Welcome everyone back to another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle video. My name is D-Free. Here today we'll be showing off the EZA STR cell. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Hit that subscribe if you're new for more content. So last night you guys might have seen the upload. I just took it down and I wound up rage quitting for the rest of the night because I uploaded this video 3 times and each time it was just broken. It wasn't working. So hopefully this one works out because I don't want to keep going. That being said, we're gonna go through it now. I'm going to talk about, because I've actually already recorded this video multiple times, I actually have a lot of experience with this cell now. So I'll be able to talk to that as well. So very briefly here, as far as cell is concerned, it doesn't appear that anything changed between his 10 and 12 key supers. If you guys want to know more about what the card does, his passive, his 11 key, just check out the video down below. I want to just kind of get through this pretty quickly. But again, it does seem like nothing really changed between those. Now, again, cell does have some flaws as far as like the way he functions, right? Because we have a unit here that is seemingly designed to function versus different types of content and gets parts of his passive at different points. And I've actually been very critical of other units. We're going to start off here because of something like that, right? Where it's like, okay, you don't get the entire kit all the time. And I don't really necessarily like that. So again, it's led to me being critical of some units at points and talk about stuff like that. So, you know, the biggest issue with Cell is that he is not going to be able to get the 11 key super alongside the 6 orb part of the passive. So he has the part of the passive where he gets an additional 30% attack and defense whenever he gets 6 orbs. Again, it is 6 orbs specifically, not 6 key, right? That's a huge difference. Even if it wasn't a huge difference, to be honest, he probably still couldn't get 6 key anyway because he starts off with so much key. And then especially if you run the Android 17 lead, who just happens to be a support unit as well, sometimes it's just not going to work. But if you have these 2 key supports like 18 and this other cell on the rotation, you can technically get the 11 key super. But just for the record, you will not get it if 17 is there. If 17 is there, you are starting off with an extra 3 key, and then also, depending on who you're linked with, you're just probably not going to get it. In most cases, 99% of the time, I wasn't able to get it when 17 was there. So for now, I'm going to actually leave the double 17 setup here, so just kind of keep them out of the way a little bit. But of course, that isn't an issue you would have if you run 21 as your leader, or also if you run other teams, right? This is specific to the Android team because they do have access to a lot of support, right? So that being said, I don't think it's a requirement, right? You don't need to get your additional 30% every single time. For example, last attack, I didn't get it, right? He was at a 1.8 million attack stat. That's actually one of the lower numbers I've seen. Personally, I've seen him from 1.6 on the 11 key. Of course, with the 11 key not having access to that 30% bonus. But when you get access to that 30% bonus, and then also from there, big bad bosses. I got like a 6 million critical hit earlier in another video I did. His attack stat was over about 3 million. It gets to a pretty crazy point. Because of the fact he's able to stack his attack and defense, right? It gets to a point where he's able to output really, really well. So we have him alongside LR Cell, and again, if you have access to a Cell 2 key support or the Android 18, you can again get that 11 key. But I just right now would rather go ahead and get the max number of orbs and stuff like that, just to get a very powerful attack here. He does have access to most of his links. The only one he's missing is he would get in the middle, which is Kamehameha, but whatever. Anyways, we're gonna go for this. Yeah, we'll go for that. And again, these are the stats for this man with the support from this cell too. This cell is actually really good on the rotation, but I'm not gonna try to set that up. We're gonna go for this, and we'll go from there. Now, that's pretty much it. That is pretty much the only flaw, is that you can't get both of those at the same time. Well, you might be wondering, wait, why do you even want to get the 11 key? Again, it has a heal, and it still raises attack and defense, so it's a net positive, man. It's beneficial if you're in a position where you need that heal. Now, you could also make the argument that androids have access to a lot of units that heal, like this LR cell, like the other LR cell, and you know, other units as well. Like, they have a lot of healers, right? So you don't necessarily need this one specifically to do it. I'm going to leave him here because he's actually really good for producing the rainbows, as you see. He helps to 13. He helps to kind of be consistent with the additional 6 key part of the passive. But yeah, I don't think it's a mandatory thing, but that's really his only flaw. And I think yesterday I saw a lot of people being critical of that. Like, it isn't really a big deal. It's not a big deal. But that is a flaw, right? Especially because I'd be remiss not to mention it because I've been critical of other units because of those things. And the last part of his passive, right, where he gets access to the debuff, right? That's only when there's 2 or more enemies. That's fine. You can get that part of the passive. You can get the full passive, right, versus, I don't know, World Tournament. You can get that versus Super Battle Road. But the only downside to that is if you try to go for the full passive, you can't get that 11 key, right? it's just, and then in those scenarios, World Tournament or like the Super Battle Road, you probably do want that 11 key for the AoE mechanic to hit everybody right at the same time. So it's just little things as far as like versatility with the unit that you may or may not have access to, and that's basically it. But overall, though, I think he is actually very impressive. I think he's able to do, we'll get the 11 key here just because I didn't get it earlier. I think he's able to do a good number of things. I'm going to try to avoid same colors so we can trigger Big Bad. And I think he's able to be versatile, right, as far as that's concerned in different regards, right? Because he can't do the things I've mentioned, but he is still able to stack attack and defense indefinitely, still technically has access to a heal. Right here, I'm going to go ahead and heal. If I didn't necessarily want, actually, now that I think about it, it's early now, so forgive me if I make any weird mistakes. Yeah, I didn't necessarily want that, but I'll take it. He is able to do that as well if that's something you're looking forward to. But other than that, though, I think that when it comes down to these cell units, right, when it comes down to specifically the Super Perfect Cell, because there's only, I believe, 3 in the game, right? We have the Int, the STR, and the Tech, and they've all since received EZAs. I think they all offer some different stuff, and where you could look at each one and say, okay, well, they're all really good in this regard. So I think that versus events like the Goku event, right, where this cell will be able to get upwards of 600,000 defense to the point where he simply doesn't take any damage, right? He honestly can get probably close to 1 million depending on how long you want to stack or try to stack or whatever you're doing, right? But again, he's not going to take any damage, and he'll still be stacking attack as well. So you have an access to a unit who's going to do a ton of damage, millions of damage, and take none back. And I think that no matter how many crazy gimmicks they give units, like, I don't know, self-sufficiency or orb generation or whatever else they do, dodges, at the end of the day, the game is about taking damage and dealing damage for the most part, right? Like right here, I got below 80%, it looks like. Thank you. So like stuff like that. So at the end of the day, though, 166,000, wow. That's pretty much the gold standard of what a unit can do, in my opinion, right? So he can do those things, but he needs time to set that up. That's the kind of caveat that he has there. Whereas, while I think that the Tech one is very interesting because he is actually dependent on orbs, which I don't necessarily think is a good thing, but I don't think it's a bad thing in particular if you have access to some of the Android units that you have. Like, for example, there's a Tech 18. She's really good at producing orbs, and there's this new 13 EZA. That just makes it easier to use that guy. So there are little things like that to where Tech is able to really benefit and be able to, again, he gets self-sufficiency technically with the extra key from the rainbow orbs. And Tech also does have access to that higher potential ceiling, right? So he, in cases, I think, versus like traditional events like this, whether it's boss rush, not specifically boss rush, but Dokkan events, the Tech one should, I'll have to see some calculations, but he should be able to peak a little bit higher. We'll float out 17 just so I can show you guys a little bit of what he does. But just for the record, you've seen 18, you've seen the other cell, and I've always been 1 key shy, so that's kind of what I'm talking about. But yeah, the Tech one should be able to peak just a little bit higher as far as, he can actually peak a lot higher, technically, in shorter spurts, again, versus shorter content, depending on what you're doing. Like, if you really wanted to to run the whole punching bag machine, I mean, there's no contest. Tech is better, for example, right? But I think, again, versus harder stuff and having the ability to debuff all enemies is good, and still having the ability to heal at the same rate as Tech. I think versus Super Battle Road, this one should be a better unit. Also because having shocking speed is a good thing, right? That's a good thing, even if it does make him struggle to get certain things at certain times. Like, for example, it's basically impossible for me to get access to a 10-key super. Not that I really care, but it's just a thing, right? It's impossible. But having shocking speed, though, is a good thing for this unit because, again, he is a unit that has that and is able to benefit from that. So, anyways, right here, can we get 6, 3, 4, 5? Yeah, okay, so we're going to put him in the front. We'll try to set up the double supports and go from there. We're also getting really close to that Dokkan attack, so I'd like to maybe have some good stacks in by then, but also I want to make sure that we avoid any of these same color orbs for the most part for the next couple of turns. We'll just kind of line it up and see what we can do. So ultimately, though, yeah, versus Dokkan events, though, I've actually been kind of impressed because he's at 2 million, starts out about 2 million, 2.1, as you guys have seen. If you can get that additional part of the passive for the 6 orbs anyway. If not, he's at like 1.8. But I've been impressed towards the end where he's at like 2.5 and things of that nature, depending on the setup. So we're going to set that up and float you here. Actually, double support's actually a few turns away, but that's fine. Whatever. Next turn, it'll be a 17. So the Dokkan attack will probably come alongside a 17 unit. We'll get 1 same color here. I don't want to get too many, but we'll get 1. I think that should be enough to where next turn we can actually go ahead and get the Dokkan attack. Yeah, we got it for sure. The only downside is I don't have the 6 orbs. I should have looked at that. I should have set that up. That's my mistake. I might have to break the rotations a bit. If possible, I might put that other cell in the front spot. Hopefully we do take a super attack here. That'd be nice. Or if we can somehow beat this, that'd also be really nice. Somehow, some way. Oh, we do take a super. Nice, thank you. I love that. I love his super attack so much. He just runs, man, and then I think about, and I get flashbacks to Int LR Gohan, like always, and it's just like, oh. Yeah, good job. Thank you. You reset my orbs. Thank you. Because I actually kind of butchered that pretty badly. All right, yeah, automatic super here. Just auto, just go. Okay. And then even if you subtract the link here, he still starts off 1 key away when 17's there. It's pretty funny. I can't. The downside is I can't do anything with this guy. Like I want to put him to where he's linking with both, right? Because I get fierce battle here. So wait, hold on. 2-3-4, excuse me, versus what? 2-7-8. Okay, it just seems like he's the better one to put there, so I will do that. All right, we'll go with this. We'll get the orbs as well. Just for the record, his defense is at 160,000. So just to reiterate, higher attacks that which way? Yeah, it's here. Okay. That's unfortunate because I would like, again, fierce battle, but not a big deal. So let's go. We are also in position for Big Bad, so that's a thing too. All right, well, at least now, but it'll probably go away. But it was worth mentioning for the brief moment. It will definitely go away. It will definitely go away. This tech cell may or may not have that. That might be why the difference is so huge. I have to. I'll see right here if it triggers. I don't remember off the top of my head. Crit, 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 crit. Ooh, nice. 5.78 crit. Not bad. All right. And, of course, he's going to one-shot every one of them in that scenario, and he's also going to max heal me. So let me go ahead and double-check on this guy. On the cell. Cell. Okay, there we go. I'm going to float you, and I'm going to make sure you don't get a 12 key. I don't want you to super at all, to be honest, but definitely not a 12 key, because I don't want to end up, like, taking a super attack early and then healing it all back. That'd be bad. But right now, I guess it doesn't really matter, does it? I can get whatever orbs I want. I can get whatever orbs I want right now. Okay. And we'll get this, so he gets the Ultra. Hopefully they just don't beat this round. That's it. So as far as that tech cell is concerned, he does have Big Bad. Yeah, that's why the difference is so profound. Because it's Big Bad, Nightmare, Kamehameha, and Messenger from the Future. Those are all things that triggered there. Anyways, yeah, I figured. When I looked at that attack stat difference, and I was like, oh, it's just Fierce Battle. Okay. Yeah, 17 doesn't stand a chance. Hopefully, again, this cell does not beat this. I just don't want him to beat it. Please don't. Thank you. Please don't. Thank you. Okay, cool. Please super me. Please super me. Please. Please. Bro, really? I just need 10% damage, bro. That's it. Just 10, and you didn't do it. Well, the good news is Tech Cell does take a good bit of damage, so I'll put Tech Cell in the front. 45,000 defense is just not enough. Is there an avenue to get the key that I need? Purple orbs might fall down in place if I do this. Okay, they did. Perfect. Yeah, if you have 13 as a rotation unit, then this isn't a problem for the most part. Because you just have to have the foresight to turn in advance, of course, but it really isn't a problem. Now I just need Tech Cell to just somehow not beat this while possibly getting access to Big Bad. Big Bad. Nah, he didn't do it. I was going to say, don't beat it while getting access at the same time. Oh, man. He does not additional, unfortunately. 2.5. Man, I want Big Bad so bad, bro. I want Big Bad, and I want to have stacks in place. Because that would have been probably closer to 2.9. Because Big Bad is a 25% attack and defense link. And part of that, and that's part of why I kind of don't care if he can't do his heal. Because I've never liked when units can heal but have access to Big Bad anyway, personally, because it's not conducive. Like, you don't if you want to get Big Bad and all they're doing is healing constantly, you'll just never get it, right? So I've never really liked that. And we'll go ahead and proceed here. But that's just me anyway. But like, I've always looked at it like, man, it's just not a good combo, right? Because again, it just doesn't mesh. It's not conducive to one another. And we'll do a little bit of this event. I don't want to get hard locked by his barrier, but we'll see what we can do here. You know, to be honest, his barrier actually could be quite good for me. because I can actually stack, because even though he's going to cancel out the damage, my attack still goes off, now that I think about it. It's actually not bad. Okay, I'll actually just kind of go with that, I guess. It's really not bad. Hey, Tech, if you want to, you know, take some damage, bro. If you want to take some damage, that'd be real nice. There we go. Taking enough damage, to be more specific. And that's enough. That's barely 6 orbs. But again, 6 orbs is such a weird requirement. Dang it, man. It's such a weird requirement. It just seems like it's not something you do most of the time. Yeah, Super Electric Strike. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Do a good bit of damage, please. 108,000. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you so much. I was really hoping Full Power Goku would have supered me because he also lowers defense. And from my previous testing, again, because I've recorded this video multiple times, wow, 2.8 here. He starts off at 2.8 with Big Bad. My goodness. Additional, please. Ah, man. And from my previous testing, though, again, his attacks wind up doing about 45k with normal attacks because he lowers your defense. At least that's what he did to that tech cell. So I was really hoping he would super there, but he did not. All right. We're going to go ahead and float you. Thank you. Wait, these are all key-based attacks, right? Yeah. Well, not the 18. That's fine, though, because that means, again, they're going to get canceled out, which is not bad because that allows... We're gonna kind of just leverage this a little bit, so bear with me. We're going to leverage this just a little bit and go from there. Yeah, we're gonna set this up. Yeah, the key-based attacks do get canceled out, so that's good, actually. Now, I can't take too much damage, but I will still get as many attacks as I can with the physical attacking units. The only downside to that is, wow, 72 damage? Seriously? Seriously? Am I low enough to where he has mitigation? Is that what it is? That's annoying. That's actually annoying. I would have wanted him to take some damage. Can you stop? I don't need you to get additionals. I would sure love if Cell got additional supers. Not you. All right. Cool. We were able to KO 1 life bar while also reducing his attack. So there we go. Cool. Yeah, we're going to leverage this just a little bit and go from there. Both of these cells are physical. LR is as well until he gets to the 18 key. Yeah, 18 key. Okay. That's actually not bad. I can set that up pretty easily, actually. So I can see how high of an attack stat he'll get if I just kind of set these up and just do this, right? I actually should have left him in the middle for that fierce battle. That was my mistake. But again, I'll have more opportunities. It's not a big deal. I should have left him in the middle, though, because nobody here was going to do anything. So 2.6 canceled out. Additional super, please. No additional super. Man, you keep supering the front spot. Is that a thing? Do you super the first round every time? I don't remember this event very well. I hardly ever play it, and every time I do play it, I just kind of breeze through it. When this Dokkan event, not this Dokkan event, this boss rush came out, I created a team that did all physical attacks just for this guy. I was like, nope, I'm not going to get hard shut down, because that's what would happen. I believe the Dokkan attack can still damage him, but like you would just be hard shut, and it just takes a long time to deal with. And I was not going to deal with that. We're going to give you this. We'll actually make sure that we give the LR cell his 18, so that way he's able to, which means I have to do this. We'll make sure that he gets his 18 cell. We were able to do some damage. And before he beats it somehow, watch. Watch, he's totally going to beat it. Now that I think about it, he's totally going to beat it somehow. Okay, cool. Good job, man. Good job. I appreciate it. Thanks. I appreciate you, bro. 2.5. Okay. All right. Oh, thank you for not additional supering. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Thank you. Okay. So next time we're going to have the double support set up, so that's the thing. Yeah, this guy supers every turn. Okay. That's really not bad. I don't mind that. I do not mind that because he puts pressure on... He should put pressure on me, but he does double-digit damage every freaking time. He should put pressure on me and make me have to worry about that, but he doesn't because he just does 5 damage every freaking time. All right, double support. I think we stacked well enough here, so we'll try to from here obviously make sure that we can move on. So 18 is definitely getting a super. We're gonna just try to make sure that we move on. We've got a few stacks in, so going into the part of the event where he has type advantage, he should be pretty powerful. Yeah, 3.1. He'll be pretty powerful. It's just a downside I didn't get access to Fierce Battle here. If this cell had Fierce Battle in the middle, he would be disgusting for a support unit. Okay, good job, Cell, I guess. I mean, we don't need that, but I guess. Hopefully, actually, 18 doesn't beat this. I don't want her to additional super. And I'm going to try to set up that triple Cell rotation again. I think that'll help us out a good bit. Because I can finally, from there, maybe put him in the middle spot. But the good news is I have been able to maintain Big Bad. And, 60k damage. Thank you for finally doing some damage. Like, I haven't taken any damage. Okay, so next phase is going to be 13. It's a bunch of key-based attackers. I have to let this Cell beat this here, I think. No. Okay, so I'm gonna actually kind of prolong another couple of rounds, I think. Yeah, another couple of rounds. Forgive me. The reason why is because I want to start off the next phase with access to the triple Cell. I don't want to be a couple turns out, which will wind up happening. So next turn, it's all going to be key-based attackers, meaning we can't damage this guy, and we'll go from there. But we'll get at least one more stack, so there is a benefit to it. I did think we were good, but whatever. I want to kind of set this up one more time. So thank you for not additional supering. You know, technically I can just avoid a super if I want to try to get that. If I want to try to get the KO here, I think I'll just avoid a super. I think I will just avoid the super. I haven't really thought of that. I forgot you can just do that. Yeah, I'll avoid the super and go from there. Because I don't mind this turn doing it, because that means I'm one turn shy, as opposed to a couple turns shy of seeing that triple Cell set up. Yeah, I'm going to let these two not super. I can't believe I totally forgot that was a thing. Although it didn't really matter, because I'm happy with where I'm at now, but I did forget. So he's at 2.8. He should be pretty powerful. He's going to be additional super, please. One time. Yes! Thank you. Thank you. That's the only way you're getting the 10 key super, by the way. Thank you. Thank you. We got one more stack in one time. Now we're going to see the most powerful output of this Cell as far as this video is concerned going forward. So let's do it. Although I would say that if he was alongside the double support, he probably would have a better setup, but that's fine. We'll see his most powerful setup so far. And I'm not worried about these 17s beating this. Are they able to attack debuff him? Really? 17's a boss you can do everything to? Wow, that's actually not good. Man, hold on. In before, bro. 17, please. Please don't. In before, man. Please don't. I didn't even consider that. Please don't. Oh, I'm gonna feel so bad. I'll feel so bad. I'll feel so bad if you beat this. Please don't. Please don't. 17's actually sneaky powerful, man. Please don't. Okay, cool. No crit. Thank you. No crit, no additional super. That's all I need. No crit, no additional super. I'll take it, man. That's all I need. Oh, thank you. Okay. Yeah, I think these 17s could have beat this if they had crit and additional super. Yeah, 17 always kind of surprises me because he's such a versatile unit. But he always surprises me because he comes around and does a bunch of freaking damage. Okay, so Tech can go on the front this time. We're going to get everything I wanted to get previously this time around. No games. We're going to get the 18 key, or not the 18 key, excuse me. The +6 key, which I guess is pretty close to 18. Anyways, 4. Yeah, we're getting it here for sure, man, for sure. His defense is 178, too. Nice. Okay. So, you guys ready? You guys ready for the final attack? All right, as long as Tech doesn't lose somehow. Okay, he's not going to lose. Just gotta throw that caveat out there, man. All right, 3.2. All right. Additional super? Okay, 3.3 million crit. So, yeah, that's about what I expect. Versus, he's just going to be really good versus more harder events and stuff like that where you can take on and not have to do the type of gymnastics I've done in this video, right, where you don't have to worry about that. But I do think that versus these events, Tech is the best Cell. I think Tech is the best Cell versus these types of events because it's not practical to build this one up, right? I think he is the best one versus Dokkan events and then by extension story events or whatever, right? Because it's not practical. But if you can get the 11 key super, I guess maybe this one is better versus it just depends. It doesn't really matter. But then I think Super Battle Road, the debuff part of the passive will trigger, and I think that'll be incredibly paramount for you. It's only 20%, but it's quite helpful, right? Whether you can get the AoE or not. So I think that makes him the better one for Super Battle Road. And then, of course, the Goku event. It's not a contest, just like versus the punching bag. It's not a contest for Tech. Int is just kind of somewhere in the middle. He's really good. He's really good versus the Goku event, too. but he's just not as good because it's a stacked defense. So that being said, thank you all for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch all of you guys in the next one.